Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening. It's your Blue Archive Gacha whale, beginner artist, self-proclaimed, and your boy, Tosanyo. Welcome to the art stream. For today I will be drawing Octavio from Holostars from the group Armis. The stream will be roughly about, I think like about 2 hours. It's like the average time I need, or like under 2 hours to like complete RGB artwork. If you are not really familiar on like how my art style usually looks like, here on the left side is like usually my sample on like what you can expect from that. I like to draw them small, silly and derpy. So that's what I will be doing. Hello X-Raga, welcome to the art stream. And I don't know, I'm gonna talk a lot or not. Usually I let myself, I like gonna go with the flow whenever I'm like kind of in the mood to. Usually I talk a lot, but maybe today it will be like the time we're gonna be like a Japanese artist, you know, and just like shut up and okay, be like, oh, so going now. And then like whenever like someone's coming in, be like, hello, and I'm gonna be like, konnichiwa, something like that. Yeah, Ohio. But some Japanese streamers do get a little bit more excited, or I don't know really. When like English comments are like coming in the chat. It's either that that they read it out loud and then they read it out loud and maybe try to use their best English to like respond to that, or you know, maybe like use something like and be like, yeah, thank you for the message. Could also be like that. But for the most part, what I think, you know, is that they're gonna stay in character and be like the calm artist, you know. Like if they were in public and then they have like to pretend that they're like one of us, or like one normal civilian, you know, and don't stand out. Just do your thing. While for streaming this like not necessarily exciting, it does like its job with like not being too awkward. Or maybe it is, I don't know. This is in a puppet sauce. Ist da irgendwas? Is there something? Something like this. It has 8 limbs. 2 the foots and then this many arms. Ah, how do I do this? The puppet master. The one who pulls the strings behind the scenes. There are a lot of silly ways to use that. A powerful ability, but if you use it like in a really silly way, on a way to slack off, then yeah. Like you have the ability to create fire when you can be really dangerous and everything, but instead uses like to make your own life easier. You don't need to buy matchsticks, matchboxes. You don't need to what's this thing called? You know, when you want to smoke, then you usually need fire to like do that, but like this portable thing. But then you don't have to use that, right? You're cold, you can use that fire. Yeah, generally you have to be careful with like those abilities. Or if you can do like telekinesis, can pick up can do many things without touching them, and it's, yeah, but it's only like used to make your daily life easier. Like imagine your smartphone, you know, your phone. When you wake up, your phone is like not in the usual spot, and it's like somewhere below the bed, and it's like in an awkward position, you know, where you usually, when you want to get that, it's like 5 AM in the morning, 3 AM in the morning. The only way to get it is like, yeah, you have to like get up out of the bed, lift the bed, and then fish it out somewhere from the dirty ground, right? But if you have telekinesis, you know, then it's like just pick it out with your power and then call it a day. Maybe like one of the practical ways to use it. Not necessarily to like fight battles or anything. Just like, yeah, I'm too lazy to do something that's like complicated. Let me do it from afar instead. And yeah. Six limbs. 8 limbs, 6 arms. Make it a little bit more sillier. Maybe the clothing will carry it. I think he was tilting his head while doing that. I don't know. Yeah, something like that, I guess. I guess I should like try to visit that a little bit more, like Japanese artists. The usual ones I like watch are like Kanzarin Sensei, maybe like Pochi Mama, like those VTuber mamas usually. But with like random Japanese artists, I usually like follow from Twitter. I do that sometimes too, but they are quite responsive. I must like say all of them are quite responsive, not in the sense that they're like really silent. You know, when you see like their timeline, it's like their art, yes, but they also have random photos from the scenery, from the city, maybe food, you know, and like Gundam also there. And in a really non-regular way, meta cycle, however you call it, the art is getting uploaded. Usually you follow it for that, but most of the times you get like those other random photos. This is the usual Japanese artist experience. I do respect that when they, you know, they see like, okay, most of my followers follow me for the art. And when they just focus on the art, you know, don't bombard their media tab with like random stuff, you know, or like GIFs, like how the most VTubers do it, but they just like do the art. But it's like mostly, I don't know, I would like say mostly, it's like a certain type of people who like do that. Not many can be like respected as artists and as a person, you know. You do memes, also like not bad. A lot of GIFs are like really good reactions to that. to like certain replies. But if you just like tone it down to emojis or like words, it's like quite nice as well. Some artists do like the kind of quote retweet kind of way, and then they input their reaction there, but self-drawn, and it's like their own art. It doesn't like do too much bad to the media tab. I didn't really like how the media tab was back then and Twitter. It was like not in a kind of gallery form, but yeah, that's why like it's like similar to like the usual timeline, right? But it's like from news to oldest, when you had like to scroll from upwards to downwards. Like not in a gallery format where you can like see it like in Pixiv, Instagram, just like usual timeline. And then looking and like going to the really first post, very first imaged post, this took like time. This took time. Oh yeah, I forget. Gonna open Octavio's reference sheet. I've never drawn him before, but I drew like the other Armis members. At least like Roos and Gerard. His unique hairstyle, Octavio. He's like one of the few Holostars you can recognize just by his silhouette. Others are like, A good character design is like when you can recognize them by silhouette. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy hairstyle. Not really sure if you could like call Octavio's hairstyle crazy, but it is unique. He was smiling, right? Old mouth. Make it like silly and derpy. How do you do this? Yes, long sleeves. Yeah, something like that. Okay. His hair. Now he has to be recognizable, so that you know that's Octavio. Let me try. It's mostly like a clothing, the hairstyle it carries at in the end. But if none of that's available, then it should be the collar. The root is here somewhere. Huh. Interesting. Why is there so much on his hair? Holy crap. Okay, I can imagine how artists feel like pains by drawing him. His hair is wild. It's like, yeah. It's nothing generic, I must like say. It could really be like some kind of shown protagonist with this hairstyle. The face itself is like really tame, like from original design, but yeah, it works. And this one's longer than the other, okay. The head is gigantic. It's way too bloated. Kyatto. Okay, let's see. Here's a cape. If I have the hand here, it covers most of what's below the neck. Phew, the physics. He's not even wearing his cape properly. So like you could call it a cape, but it's also like some kind of oversized jacket. That has like arm parts, right? And those are also like loosely hanging out. I've kinda hate as an artist to draw those jackets that are like not worn properly. I don't really like those. To draw those. It has maybe some style to look at it, like with Tour Summer for example. It goes down to the knees. There's a lot of buttons. I guess somewhere here is the center. Well, it's my first time drawing him, so it's gonna be some trial and error until I like find the right combination. And like how I approach that. What's useful is always is that every corpo VTuber has like a character sheet, and you can use this as reference. In the GB style you can simplify. You don't have to do it like super detailed, like follow every kind of pattern and stuff in there. He got like the infinity sign in his design. I don't necessarily have to draw it. As long as he's recognizable and he looks like silly and derpy, I fulfilled my job. Not that I think that the boys are dead necessarily, but you know, while they have like nice appearance and are like in a sense like husbandos for some, I think like they're bros. Homies kind of, you know. It's like hanging out with like bros. And bros can be like really dumb. So I'm gonna draw them in that way, but cute. That's this kind of behavior can be kinda cute. Like if you imagine there are like those little dwarfs, little gremlins, then it's like, yeah, all the more acceptable. Like even though we boys, we become older, we get like more mature, there's still like this boy inside of us. This little boy that is still like there for the fun, that like wants to enjoy what life has like open for us. Like life is a gift, right? You can do a lot in your life. And then we also love or mechas or Gundams, you know. In Octavio's case it's like his puppets, you know. And then you play with puppets and yeah. In my childhood I had like some kind of dinosaur figure and then like some Power Ranger mecha, you know. And then I would like have like the one dinosaur on the one hand. In the other hand I had like the mecha and be like you know. And I think maybe probably Octavio, you know, with his puppet show can be like that too. His 3D was like, it has a storyline. I really like that. When I was like thinking, okay, they have like 45 minutes or like 1 hour to do that thing. That is enough for like a TV episode, you know, like having like a good storyline, having a good pilot, you know, a really first good episode. Ruses was exactly what I expected of like usual 3D lives. Gold Bullets is also like really close, but with more engagement. Gerard was surprising. I mean, like, he's a good entertainer, but this was a good flow. There was like no boring moments, and it was like overall pretty fun. A lot of comedy in there as well. He said like he got Gintama, you know, from his childhood. So he got this humor from there. And the surprise guest was like also nice. But yeah, Octavio's was like pretty nice. He had a story. And he stayed like a character. Maybe like yeah, for the most part he was in character. Like playing his role as the puppeteer, the puppet master from Armis, you know. A little bit of lore, I would like say. Might be the closest ever, I think. Like, that's not a live 2D showcase, you know, but in 3D. They're like showing, hey, look, I have those emotions and I have like those toggles. Look, look, look. This with me with jacket on, me without jacket. And you know, that are like kind of buying time. And then when viewers are like throwing super chats, then it gets like represented in how many of the mascots are like on the screen. They're gonna like fall from the sky, you know. And there's a red super, it's like a giganto mascot, right? But there was nothing of that really in Octavio. It's like, you could like say it took it seriously. And for some things you had like to hire even animators. Since 3D, like action scenes for example, they look like so wonky. You can like make it really good, but if it's like a live performance or like you know, you like just record it, it's like kind of wonky since things can clip, like 3D can clip. And when you pick up objects, when you let them drop, it looks all really wonky. And he said like it took like a few takes to do like certain things. Battles was also like really nice. I think like from the Vanguard boys, his was like the best. I watch everyone's. The battles was like the most, it had a script kind of. More or less. It has like a direction. Yes, it had a direction. Battle is like the entertainer who's like spontaneous. Usually. Comes like up with jokes on the fly and then lets himself flow from that. He's usually not a planner. But when there's like a 3D performance, you know, yeah, things can like go wrong. Like with Doobie, it happened a lot. You need like a full team to do that. And if you really want no issues at all, then yeah, it's like recommended to have it like pre-recorded. I haven't like seen many 3Ds that have like some kind of story. I think like Vox Acromas was like kind of the standard for me, but it got topped by Octavio's ones, in my opinion. I was like thinking Octavio's was like pretty nice and easier to follow. There's like this kind of thing with show don't tell, right? That you don't use too much on dialogue. And yeah, it's like a little bit weird in 3D since there are like moments of like silence when you ad-lib some things to like fill the time, but I think like he would have done better without ad-libbing since it was like kind of like perfect in time. The less time you waste of the viewer, the better. Like the quality lies like in doing less. That doesn't look so bad with Octavio. Just like the line weight, I need to improve. And maybe the balance on the shoes. My name starts with an O and ends with an O. Octavio. I pretty much like stories. I really like stories. But with this comes always the risk that it's like always a hit or miss. You can always like reach the point where you like, you know, where you can always watch like perfect shows. It's important to like learn from mistakes as well. When I go into 3D I don't always expect a story, but when I see like the equipment, the opportunity, sometimes I think like, yeah, maybe you can do something. It's gonna take a lot of effort though. It's like the issue. You need like maybe a script. You maybe if you really have like if you have like a vision, you know, you want like the staff to like follow that, then write a storyboard, right? Like have a certain have like a little bit of prep time there. Maybe it needs experience, you know, with like a filmography, right? To be able to do that. But at the same time, you know, oh, here's something not right. It doesn't look so bad, but then the arm here doesn't make sense. Physics. With RF. Maybe I'm gonna make the arm like noodle-like. Yeah, make it noodle-like. The anatomy of a chibi is like pretty wank for me. Wank by me. Oh yeah, and he has like something see-through. Let's... yeah, I don't have to draw that. I don't have to draw that. I can't draw that, but I don't want to. There's so many details in VTuber designs. But it's like nice to look at. I don't want to draw, always want to draw them. Me lazy. I need to save my time, preserve my time. So that I have more time to watch VTubers or like play games. Okay, interesting. Like even on the back side, like the inner side of the cape, there's still more going on like patterns. Amazing. It's a pain though, as well. I think like the patterns, some of the patterns I like do a color only. Don't do any lines for that. Yes, claws even, yeah. Makes sense. Yes, not so bad. And like the line weight with the hair. And make sure that the hair looks like nice. Oh boy, Octavio. Octavio. You are hard to draw. Yeah, okay. Pre-debut with the boys, I was like thinking all of them were like a chaotic bunch. They still are. But pre-debut, Octavio had like the most scariest impression. Like the puppet master, right? And it could look like as he's the schemer, the kind of mastermind in the group. But not really. But he was not really like, didn't really fulfill the expectation. He was pretty sweet in his debut. Like, oh, he's the little boy, he's playing with his puppets, he's lonely, oh, look at this little boy. And we are like, you know. And yeah, it kind of like broke the expectation, kind of. Since in the setting it's like they're bounty hunters, then yeah, oh, we want to be badass, and you're the one who did everything. Like Gerard to him. But the perception of me, like what I think, the perception of them, or like what I would think of them, I got like really mixed. Like it's this and that, you know. And back to there. Didn't really know what I had to expect, but I would like think, okay, maybe it's like the same with Tempest, that I can see them as pros, kind of silly in a way, but yeah, like pros. Octavio's puppet show. What's also was nice to see, that he did his opening almost entirely by himself. Like the art is like done by someone he commissioned probably, but like animations, making like the whole scenario, the storyline, the music. He did like everything else by himself for like the opening video. So he has like skills in that. Yeah, it can also the music. He played piano in his 3D as well. But yeah, when there was like this thing of like Gold Bullet and Ruse in the 3D, and they said they are like not doing that many idol songs, or like not at all. That they are okay, they're like Holostars, they're like, there's like expectation of them that they would perform, you know, but when they do not. But with Octavio I was like thinking, yeah, he will make up for it. but it's not necessarily cheap to it's not necessarily like easy thing to do like music. It costs like a lot of money to do it on. Like covers. Unless you kind of make the magic that you hit put some parts that you do some things on your own, like mixing, drawing, maybe even, yeah, even more of that. You like know how to edit. But it's like a project that can take time. Like songwriting as well. I think like Myth, Holo Myth in the early stages was like pretty good in that regard. Like, excuse me, but could you please RIP? The art, the cover art is like done by like cover art, but like the art of the original song is done by Ina, you know, there's like artwork, and the songwriting, Kali, she sings herself, the music, maybe she herself, but she got like also help as well to do that, but she was pretty much director. Had like a vision. It's like the song text. And then she can edit. Edit a music video like probably on her own as well. You can like draw some assets on her own. And use the pre-existing assets like have Ita model, the mascot with like Dev Sensei. Octavio did like something similar with like his opening video. Octavio's puppet show. Hey, hey! But yeah, like, okay, you can do the music, and Ina can do the art. Ame is like the technician. Like when Myth was like together as a group, and they were like really strong. They were fantastic. Pretty much loved them. Okay, let me see how dare to draw the puppets. This is okay, like with Octavio. It's not perfect, but doesn't have to be. It has more charm when there are like some mistakes. Or like some things I left like unfinished. Purpose. What, those mouse characters. pretty much like masked characters. But the way you can like show the expression, like how expressive they can be, it is limited. You do it like a chibi kind of way, like outside of body language, you can like do something with those eye parts of the mask. Like alter it a bit to like show like as if they can like express something. Like the way they look like at someone. Squinted eyes, squinted holes is like one of the ways I like to use that. I know like some ways to express things. But with my old model or like PG, I'm like pretty sparse. Not how much toggles I can like use. For the most part I feel like pretty chill and happy when I get like to stream. So I don't need that much, I feel like. But rarely I'm like that chill, that I'm like speaking like with good mannerism and like a calm voice. Just like my natural voice every time. And be sometimes like hyper and stuff. Nothing like the calm big brother or whatever. Pretty much like how Altair speaks. And the tone of his voice, like pretty much music, like listening to him. But he's like, but the way he chooses topics, I rather like listen to Shinri or like a battle for that. Mostly like Shinri. Like there's always like a yapper in the group, right? For me, that yapper was like Vespa, but now that he's gone, there's like not much of like yapping. I, you know, can get like something funny out of there. With Axel, it's like, yeah, he's the homie, and he says a lot of real things. Like in terms of like advices, in terms of like advice, and like gaining something, I get like mostly from Axel by now. With Altair, it's like more for me the gamer, the prankster, rather than like the one who like shares wisdom and knowledge. Hi, what an adorable drawing. Hey, thank you. And hello Kazu, welcome to Artstream. I'm Octavio from Holostars English. I think I can make the ribbon a little bit bigger. And they have like some kind of symbol on their chest. Like with the arms, I'm gonna think how to do that properly. If they have only like singular limbs, singular arms, it's gonna be easier. I love him. Yeah, nice. And that's a good place for you to share that. The boys are nice. Everyone has like a certain weakness though, but it's like why they are in a group to like cover those. I like it. Pretty much why I like the group synergy for like the gens, the single gens. With like Myth, I liked it pretty much how they cover each other. But Tempest is a hole that has to be filled somehow. Well. I guess like with Octavio, no, he has his puppets. Actually, he can carry himself. But I wonder like what is like in his arsenal of like puppets. By the way, I love your accent. Thank you. What do you like about that? I'm from Germany. So my best language I can speak is like German. But I don't really think that there's like a noticeable accent. When I watch Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, there were German people there. And when they spoke like English, they had like a really noticeable accent. The way I speak my English is like nowhere close to German's way of like speaking English. But sometimes people can like notice that and be like, German accent? But I don't really know. I'm not really that educated in like with like accents and so on. But sometimes I recognize it. Yes, I read your bio. Thank you. Not a lot of people do that. Naruto. Man, this I'm surprised every single time when I look like Octavio's designs and like VTuber designs in general. I noticed like with Octavio's puppets, there are a lot of there are Kingdom Hearts references. I mean, he talked about that he likes Kingdom Hearts and like Final Fantasy, but man, there's a freaking lot. Are you going to color this? Yeah, I will do. Like what you see here on the left side, like some samples, you can expect this kind of quality there. Not really sure if I can follow that exactly, but this is like how it can usually look like. Okashina. Not really easy to draw. The arms. Maybe one arm like normally. The other ones. Yeah. And it's like. Yeah, I think like hide the other arms. Yeah, it is. I pretty much like it how like the expression is the expression you can like add to like those kind of chibi style. Usually you can make it like really cute, adorable in a sense. But I like to highlight like sometimes how silly they can be. Like this is a little boy, this is a boy, he plays with his puppets, And then, yeah, he's in no way like badass or scary. Just like, oh, just a little boy, just a little guy. Yeah, I don't have to draw the shoes properly. Keep it simple. I want to be done. Since it's only Octavio I draw, but more of the puppets. It might like take longer than 2 hours maybe, but the coloring process isn't that long as well. Need to see what I can do there. Never seen the puppets from behind. Let me think what I can do. There's no character design, character sheet. Ah, here's a cape behind there too. Okay. Yeah, I can maybe do that. They have like a lot of stitches. Yeah, I can add that. Oh, wrong pen. It's not, but I can't do it cleanly. But it's like fine. But man, he was really sus, Octavio. He was really sus. Like during his, like in the beginning phase. I mean, he still is, I think. Silly humor. Before we were like the puppets, we were the octoposse. And this was like kind of, yeah, where people raised the eyebrow, and then there was a flood of like, Ayo, what? What the hell, Octavio? And even Gerard was like there when that happened. And he was the boy who was like playing with puppets and had like kind of the innocent kind of image, and then he's like, yeah. But okay. I mean, this is Holostars, I know, right? Yeah. Did I draw them from behind? They're just a loud lol, yeah. Even like when he's just writing, you know, even like in his Twitter text or like in the comments, in the chat, you can hear him. You can hear him just shouting really loudly. It's a really recognizable voice. Maybe not, I don't know. Some people like say like he sounds like Markiplier. And he does. I'm not really like a Markiplier. I didn't really watch that much Markiplier, so it's kind of like under my radar, but when I was watching like some VODs of like Markiplier, then it was like, yeah, this is really recognizable. But you can do other voices like really good as well. Like voice impressions, he's like pretty good. I sometimes wonder if not actually Gerard is the puppet master, you know. You can't take him seriously, of course, but he can like basically voice act the whole crew. With Ruse is gonna be hard, I think, but he can like voice act all of them, pretty much. And there was also in his merch the kind of metaphor with like that he's the king, like a chess piece, you know? He's the king, Octavio's the knight. Oh, what was it? I don't know like the terms in like English chess stuff. But there's a knight, there's the queen, there's like the bishop, right? And the boys are like those figures, and he's like the king. He can only do one move, but he's like the one who like operates everything, you know. So maybe he's like the one who's like controlling them, the one with the most charisma. Who's your favorite 3D artist? Oh, Octavio, I would like say. Octavio. I would like even say that his 3D, from all the 3Ds I've ever saw, might be like is like the best. Maybe one of the best, but like for now I can say it's like the best in terms of like storytelling and being self-contained in a sense. There was one part where it was like pretty out of character, but you know, where he was like, okay, here you can see him with jacket and then without jacket, and oh, where's my baton? You know, something like that. It's like the one part that's like usually there. But like actually trying to tell a story, like be like more explaining the lore, you know. This was like not always shown. Yeah, he's really good at singing at his 3D stream. Yeah. Like singing wise, yeah, we don't, there's like no need to like try to justify that. Like his actions are like speaking really loud, or like his voice, you know, his voice is like telling it for him, like how good it is. Of course, it's like there are like some mistakes, like even it's pre-recorded. He said like he wanted to like maintain like that it's like a live performance more or less, even though pre-recorded, and it still has like its charm and it's still like its quality. It's like still enjoyable. I like it that you guys had like also enjoyment there. But even that some people like rewatched it, or at least like what some of the comments say. Maybe I don't know, but it's not perfect, but it's like the best so far I've like ever watched. It's like really idol-like, you know, like not really fighting an opponent, but like singing, you know, and then with that kind of like bring it to a peaceful solution. They're like bounty hunters, but in Holostars they're also like Holostars, right? They're like some celebrities. Yeah, I mean, that's that brand. Yeah. Do, of course. I mean, that's like how they're called. Yeah. Holostars EN. I must like say, it was like not a hard of a ceiling to beat, like actually coming up with a story. Like adding some lore. If you can be the first one to do that in Holo Pro. But it was interesting to watch, I must like say, like not even as the audience, but also like to analyze it. usually when I watch media, like let's say TV series or like anime, I sometimes like think about the way it's like scripted. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And how did they make this? Did they need like the camera run to move from point A to point B? You know, that there's like instead of like still camera shots, that the camera is actually moving, you know, and then like following one. Is there some kind of hand cam, you know, something like that? Do they use special effects? When I was watching Koseki Biju's 3D debut, there were like video game references, like with Dark Souls, and she was like fighting opponents. And then the camera perspective was like third person, right? And you had like items, a UI, you know. And you could roll, then there would be like your dead screen, you know. There was also a Pokemon reference in there, and then they threw like some balls and then pebbles, you know, would like come out and use the Pokemon attacks, quote unquote, and it has like really cool special effects, like explosions or like really powerful attack, like it seems like. So more into production? Yeah. So more into production also. Whole Life, or like Cover itself, is originally like a tech company. Like their focus was not necessarily like on making VTubers. Like something in virtual reality, like 3D, you know. And Roboco was like pretty much their testing model. But in the years, they really came far. It began 2018, I think? Or like 2017? No, 2018, yeah. And it goes like pretty far. Like the 3D performances for Holofest, they look like wonderful. And like some of those for the free-to-play on like YouTube, you can watch as well. I also saw that they wanted to do their own game like Hollow Earth, but there are like not many updates so far. I kinda like watching what they did there. And they probably want to do their own Minecraft or like something like GTA, since a lot of their members do something like Minecraft events, and the GTA collabs with like other companies as well. When they have like their own product, it's like kind of like nice for everyone in the company. I guess it's gonna there's like yeah, something lost. Like when the point comes that like GTA 6 comes out, then yeah, people want to play rather that than whatever is like cooking there. But if it comes to like production of like 3D streams alone, there's a lot of potential. Like in terms of entertainment, like not gaming but like entertainment. We can do something. Like a lot of gacha companies, you know, like Grand Blue Fantasy, Idolmaster, like Idolmasters, like, you know, the idols and everything, is like closest what we can, that's like available there. Bang Dream, like Love Like School Idol. There is also something there that the voices behind the characters, they also get their virtual avatar when they're like 3D live performances, you know, and those look also wonderful. And yeah, while this is like not a hard bar to beat, it's like pretty much like the real life but in 3D. But if it comes to entertainment and story, you know, some characters are like witches, some of them are pirates, you know, elves, knights. You can make like something cool there. And they also tried like something like a live anime, like with holo witches. But now that Shion will be gone, there's like the question, what do they do now with her, you know? She's not affiliated, she's graduating. That means they can't really use her anymore. And maybe like the script needs to be rewritten, you know? But if it's like something like self-contained like Octavio's 3D performance, then I can see that it, yeah, that there can be a little bit more. Yeah, unfortunately. But I think like 7 years is a good time. At some point you're burnt out. Of course, things like change with the times. That Mume is like going as well. It's like 2024 is like a rough year for like whole life fans. Even had like in Holostars like Gamma Gun being terminated. Was like not great news. Now it's gonna be harder to like rewatch stuff, you know. Only like the clips to rely on if you want to like look back in the past. And now, right, it was really rough years. Even though there were like some setbacks, as a fan, it's like not over. Like there will be more coming surely, and I hope like that you will be doing all well this time, and be like prepared whenever there's gonna be like announcement stream, and when there's like a smiling picture on its thumbnail, you know. With Holostars so far, I haven't really seen anything that kind of pattern, you know? Maybe it might be like whole life thing only. But it's like kinda like said with Holostars, no one of them has ever graduation stream. They all like went without being able to say properly goodbye. And I was like interested in most of them. Tsukishita Kaoru, a man who likes to dress up as a girl. There was like Kagami Kira, a boy who dresses up like a girl, has like the voice like a girl's, right? This was when I was like watching Hololive, they were still around. I had my focus more on Myth when like English came out, but some around like the point where also like Coco had like the Taiwan and China problem. I don't know if it was afterwards or like during that kind of process before she graduated. Would have been really nice, you know, to like know more about everyone there and see them continue further. My Oshi, yeah. But even like when Kyo Kaicho is gone, she still has like left her footprints. And I do like how the members, the original members, are like referencing her. They are my first Oshi? Oh yeah. Kaoru had like the Beyblade streams. I like those. And with Kira. I was like impressed about the voices, but like whenever there's like a dude who can like sound like a girl, I am interested. Like I am someone who loves listening to voices. I'm like a voice. I have like a voice fetish. When someone can reach that range as a guy, it's like, okay, you have my attention. During that point, my Japanese was like pretty weak, I must like say. I'm still like weak, but it's like better than before. So I can't like really make much. Back then I couldn't really like get much out of them, of Holostars, because they were like more Hololive clips. But yeah, it was like really scarce there on content. But whatever I could like watch there, I watched, and it gave me a good impression of like how everyone there was. Because Kagami Kira had like the name Kira, then people like asked, okay, can you do your Shikage Kira impression, you know? And yeah. Like even though you look like anime, you're not necessarily a weeb who like knows like the biggest, like the one that are like popular around the weebs. That was like impressive. I think like this female voice might be Kira's natural voice. There are like some boys who have this in their natural voice, but can also like, yeah, reach like male tones. Like, it's interesting when they sing. When people sing, they bring like the most beautiful part of their voice out of there. Like I like listen to ASMR and like kinda kinda like bring your best out of your voice there by like being careful and have like some softness in there, but with singing you can also reach the same effect that you bring like the beauty out of there. I couldn't like hear much of Kira singing, to be honest, but when there was like the Crew Lab songs, I think, Blessings for Your Everyday, Blessing, like the song, a birthday song more or less. The part where like Kira sang, it didn't really sound like his natural voice, like where he sounds like female, but it was like, holy crap, this your range. He's so cute on that. Ah, yeah. That part was so good. It's so weird not using anything. It's like all hands drawn here with the lines. Usually the best you can do is like use a ruler, but I don't really like using those. At least like not for digital art, but like the analog art, that would be nice. It's like analog, you can use it like on a screen, right? Like a tablet screen. Oh, so he's standing in front of the mirror? Yeah. He's standing in front of a mirror. I imagine him, he uses his puppets to like do everything, you know? Every little chore. Like if he wants to get from point A to B, he's be like, puppets, carry me. And then, yeah, like similar to like how Magni with his starting screen, right? Where he uses his hands to balance himself on a skateboard, and then he reads a comic. At the same time, there's like another hand like feeding him chips, and there's like one hand with like some drinks, you know? And then at the same time, there's like this song playing. Be like da 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 dum 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 dum, you know. I sometimes like think maybe Octavio's like the same dumb ass like Magni, the Mag Lord. It's magging time. No, they're not damned asses, but it's like pretty smart to use it like that, but it's like so, you know, so extra, just so why, you know? You could be like the stoic cool guy, but instead you use the power to for like that. Naturally, like, I never saw like Octavio do it like that, but it's like fun to imagine that and draw it just like that, you know? And he has like some puppets, okay, here, bring me a mirror, then I'm gonna pose for my starting screen, you know? Like see what is like working the best. He has like some kind of photo in his hand, and it's like toggles through like all his fan arts or recent fan arts, you know. I think that's like pretty nice, as always, when it gives like artists motivation to like okay, I want to be that too, I'm gonna draw, maybe I'm gonna be like shout outed. And we have like maybe one puppet there who's like standing down the sidelines, squinting its eyes and be like, "Brah, what are you doing?" You know. Like abusing a fan base like that. Of course he doesn't do that, but it's like, it's just like my fantasy, like, why not, right? It's like cute, it's funny. Maybe it's not cute, but it's just like so dumb and yeah, it's extra. Why not? Okay, let me color. It's gonna be a little bit complicated. So it's not a 2-hour stream. It's not a 2-hour stream. It takes actually a little bit longer. It's not only Octavia I cannot draw. It's like his puppets as well. I was like struggling a little bit with like drawing their backsides. I never saw them from the backside. Or maybe I did from the 3D stream, but I have no reference sheet. No reference sheet. I keep it simple. And then we're gonna see all the gaps I need to like fill and delete. Ah yeah. Ah yeah. It's his birthday in a few days. I think I draw that, I guess. Post it maybe on a day it's his like special day is. It's like pretty packed with his schedule, I must like say. They had their anniversary, I guess, or like the release of the mascot merch. They were there in Holo Expo. Then they have their 3D. Then there's also like the birthday from Octavio. A lot of like things on his schedule. And then afterwards, according to his words, there's like nothing until Christmas. But for all the work in like the short amount of time, I guess he deserves something. But I'm just a little guy. Okay, I guess the line weight is good enough. I think like in 4 days. It is. I think like in this time before that I can like upload the other ones I haven't like uploaded yet. Oh boy. His mama did a great job with his hair. Or with his whole design. It's not a singular color. It's like gradient. Ah. How do I do this? 難しいよね. I'm gonna draw this boy first. I'm gonna color this boy first, and then the puppets. The mirror is like the easiest, I can leave it that for last. And then I'm gonna write on there somewhere a small mirror. But whenever I'm gonna draw Octavio again, I think I will do something silly with him. With the other boys I can't do much of silliness, to be honest. Maybe Gerard? With his toilet? Toilet law is real. I found it pretty like funny that he did that. It's like pretty much like Yakuza in his 3D. Like the Yakuza side quests. The consequence of his own actions, you know, and the sorority versus him. But it's like in the sense that it's like Yakuza side quest that you have like to go through mini games and then yeah, you come like to a conclusion, but it's like kind of half-hearted because you're like in the heat of the moment. I need to take a dump. There's the toilet bowl there. It's like where everyone can see him. It was like so absurd. You can do a lot of dumb things with him. Boy failure, how he calls himself. But it's like really fitting description. I think like after like a lot of people, even like Japanese seiyus got like aware of that. Maybe not much of a failure. And he sang while, yeah, taking a dump. Yeah, he did that. Kitama's song. めまいへするほど悲しい。I fill out everything. What do you like the most on drawing process? I like the sketching and the coloring. Like working myself to give them shape. Like my fantasy, or like when I don't know what to draw, then I'm just gonna draw something and be like, oh, those looks good, this face, this expression. And then I'm gonna see what I can do next to make it look better. Maybe some gestures, maybe some poses, you know. And then I let myself go. I let myself like lead. I can't speak English. I let myself go with the flow, and then something appears. When I have the idea though, it's like fun to like bring it onto the screen. Same, my less favorite is putting base. Yeah, I guess so. You want like to see it like finished and not like some weird kind of state, maybe. For me, my least favorite part, you didn't ask for that, but when I like something, you know, when you say you like something, there must be something you dislike about drawing. For me, it is line art actually. You know, you do the sketch and then you do like slowly the line art. When I draw, I want it to be done. I don't want to be slowed down. And the line art itself doesn't contribute that much, but like making it look cleaner, and it's like easier to color, I guess. While it's like kind of like nice whenever you use it like for commercial uses, you know, art book, live 2D model, it needs to look good, right? But I'm just like doing something dumb and chibi wise, then I'm just gonna skip the line art. I just make sure that my sketches are super clean, that I can kind of like go get away with that. Like if you zoom in here, the sketches, the lines are like not clean, but people will not look at it, to be honest. They will not like scroll, click on the picture to look for every mistake. They like, most important is just like, what is the message of the picture, you know? Like, what is the impact, you know, I want like to show? Do I want to scare them? Do I want to make them laugh, smile? Like when you succeed in like making the viewer like feel a certain thing whenever they see your art, you did that job well. You did a good job. For Mume, for example, she wants to make people like feel uncomfortable, maybe, when she draws like scary stuff. And when people actually feel uncomfortable, then yeah, good. Oh, I mean, Lana is tedious, but I actually like it. Ah, cool. Like everyone is like different. It seems like. And true regarding what is called with the message in the air. Like usually in art, you kind of enjoy every kind of progress you can do, as long as it gets you to your goal. But I don't really like it to be slowed down. Like art takes time. Like art is like work. It takes hours to complete. It can take hours to complete like illustration, maybe days. The one puppet on his side is just standing there menacingly. Yeah. Lol, yeah. I mean, there's Octavio. He brings his puppets, bring a mirror, then he can pose. He can practice to like look good with the starting screen or whatever, you know? And then we have like maybe one other puppet and it's like, yeah, what are you doing, Octavio? Pretty much a message. But if people, but I don't really mind if people see it or not. If the first thing they notice like Octavio and then it's like, yeah, he's like posing, it's also good. To be honest, I don't really plan much for like illustrations, chibi illustrations. Maybe I should like do it afterwards. Need to get the right color. Maybe, yeah, I will not do any background. I keep it like white. Just like the character's important and like Octavio. If I feel like I can do more. To be honest, like with art, it can take days, right? Sometimes I enjoy the progress, sometimes I do not. For the most part, I do not enjoy taking too much time with like art. If I can like complete it within a few hours, then I'm like, yeah, satisfied. My job is done. I have questions. Do I only draw chibi? Not only. Like my profile picture in YouTube? This is a different style. It's also like how I draw. Beep beep beep. But for the most parts, when I want to draw something and then put on colors, then usually I go back to chibi. And if it's like normal anime form, kind of, or let's say manga form, then I'm gonna keep it like black and white, but they're gonna look like humans, right? Like anime boys and girls, rather than like something gremlin-like. It's just like dump and stuff. There's like a kind of jump between like the quality or like the aura they like emit, I must say. There was like a time where I like streamed with like my profile picture like avatar, but I whenever I like stream and my energy, it was like not really fitting to the avatar, to be honest. I was more of a gremlin and more high energy. But once I like came like to this avatar, I just stopped being gremlin-like. I got more calm, and it's like, why did I even do that, you know? Why did I even draw this character and toggle and stuff? But yeah, it came to this, and some people like it's like better this way, that I have like this GB form. It's still PG, yeah, but but I think like it's kind of an upgrade. It was a Fugi I like was streaming with, you know. Whenever I speak, then it reacts. People called Fugi. It was not really a PNG tuber, but could be like used as one. But when I was first streaming, I didn't have anything on screen. I was just like, yeah. You maybe had like anime like profile picture, but when you streamed, there was just like the gameplay or like the art, right? This was like the beginnings, kind of, for a lot of people. It's cute. Thank you. It's cute and goofy. Thank you. I mean, that's like how I intended it to be. Liking it for being goofy. Yeah, this is actually also good. There's like more of this purplish. You say Octavio is purplish or like blue? I think yeah, he's more blue like right now. Okay, I answered it myself. How do I do this? Yes, the string has multiple arms, there's strings and everything. But you don't have to see the strings. I like the strings in the 3D performance, they were like glowing. They had like some cool effect to stand out there. Not really sure if you can like say it canonically correct. That's like you know, visible. But when you do like 3D or like anything with entertainment media, show don't tell is a lot better than, you know, having like a narrator tell everything. Or like say it like afterwards on like what happened there. I was like maybe thinking, couldn't they maybe like invisible or like more see-through, but it was like important for like storytelling as well. That you like know what's up there, what like happens. And seeing the puppets in action was also like pretty nice. Like for a while there was not really like any depiction of like the fan base from Octavio. Like how they should look like. I think like with Gold Bullet it was like the earliest. At some point he like streamed not with his you know, as himself, but like with some bird mask. You know, it would be like one of the bubbies. Oh man, but yeah, Gibby's April stream, this was like, I guess like for some people pain. The Xbox 360 mic stream, you know, and like ultra loud. I know like with Axel this was a thing, but you know, with like the voice Gibby has, this was like, yeah, kind of painful. Hope like all of the puppies stayed strong to watch that and do that. I just like gave up and muted it. Your chibi art style looks good on emotes. Yeah, they actually do. When I drew like the Tempest Boys in GP form, someone told me that the same thing. I take this as a compliment. You give like a little bit up on quality when you draw them smaller. But you can express a lot more. So yeah, it is like pretty good for emojis, since this is like pretty much their purpose, to be like expressive and show you without like telling much on like what it is, what the vibes of it are. Do you do commission with it? Yes and no. There was a time where I had like my commissions open, but I was not really feeling comfortable with it after I like received one and then like went through the procedure. This was like not for my chibi style, like my regular style. And then I kind of closed it afterwards, but I have also like, you know, let's say there's like YouTube, right? Like where I'm like streaming right now. You don't really get rewarded for your watch time. Maybe when there's like membership at some point, you know, when I get like enough subscribers and watch time, then there might be the point when people like throw in gifted memberships that you might get extra content. Some people, like some members, I think I know, like, I don't know, regarding Holostars I don't really know who does that. Some do like those monthly kind of illustrations, monthly rewards for that, besides their posts and everything. But like for myself, I have like something similar on Twitch, where it's like, you know, where you get rewarded for your watch time. Like channel points, right? And after a reward, there, when you reach like, let's say 30k points, that you can like kind of commission me. Like profile picture or like emotes. My kind of theme is like, I'm a beginner digital artist, so I don't see myself as like a professional or like someone who can take commission from. But I do draw every single week, at least one time. Should give me like enough time to like, for the grind to get better. And maybe when someone gives me a commission that's like via Twitch channel points, then I guess this would be the time where I like do it more seriously. But I think like since I opened that kind of thing, since I started regular streaming since last year? No, December 2023? There was like nothing like that, to be honest. But it's like kind of hard to get with the algorithm as well in like YouTube. Or like, it's not hard, but like how I approach it is like not really fast. But that's just how it works, yeah. I mean, I don't really mind. I don't really mind being slow there. I know I will get at some point. The question is just like when, you know? You can't influence that. I can influence like what I stream, what I talk about, how my layout will look like when I gonna stream. But I cannot like influence whatever you guys do. How many viewers I will get, how many likes, how many comments, how many chat messages. There are like points where I like just stream to no audience, but this is actually like fine. I mean, if you like put out yourself out there, it's like you take your shots, and you hit or miss. It's like normal. If you don't stream at all, well, you don't take your shot, you miss anyways, right? You miss every shot you don't take, they say, yeah. To be honest, streaming's pretty fun. Even like with no audience sometimes. No, I stream, but I don't really look at numbers, you know. I'm just a humble little boy, and all of that. Yeah, you know, I don't really care about that. That's like how I am. I'm just like such a humble, nice guy. So, that's like how it is, you know. Just keep up the grind and all of that. Oh, Tosan, you're so great. You're so humble. I like you. Let's give you your support. Here, 500. Here, Aka Super. Oh, thank you. For me, it's like I don't really care, you know, about things. I will get there at some point, but I'm not no hurry. Might be rule breaker, but actually watching Gerard and I saw my recommendation. I clicked it because I saw Octi on it and I heard your voice. And I was just, who's this chill guy? And proceed reading your bio log. Yeah, thank you. I don't really know if it was like on topic or not. I let it like slip. I'm just like a one-man army and that's like enough for me. And it's just a one-man army, so it's not really strict with like how I regulate things, but sometimes when I think like, okay, maybe this one person in my chat is like kind of rude, and then gonna enforce the rules. No. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, thank you for your words, and that I'm like, sound like chill. And I'm stuck here. Nah, if it's like good or bad, I don't know. But if you enjoy your stay, I'm happy about that. I don't really like to have people there who don't really enjoy watching me, you know? Just like if people enjoy what I do, then it's like fantastic. It's like I'll be around if I ever see you streaming. Thank you. I mean, if it comes to art, then yeah, I will be doing that regularly every week. And it's like the first time kind of someone called me a chill guy, you know? There's like this kind of... I don't know if it's like recent, if it's like some kind of meme, but people would like kind of, yeah, I'm just a chill guy. Something like that. Didn't really expect someone to call me like that. I could like use that and yeah. But I know like I can have these vibes. Especially if I force myself to speak like in a different tone, different voice. Like voice impressions, mannerisms. I like to do that as well since I'm like... I do enjoy voices as well and like getting like a similar tone. Like with reaches, it's like pretty easy to do. I don't know why he did that wah the whole time in his debut, when afterwards he don't really use it anymore. Wah! Wah! Hello, I'm Regis Altair, leader of the Tempest Guild. Yeah, that was Regis Altair. Yeah. To be honest, I think I might be down bad for your voice. Yeah, I mean, if I like playing with my voice, to be honest, and was just like hearing his voice and was like, hey, I can imitate that. But it really depends on my mood sometimes. For the most part, I'm just myself, and when it's like fast-paced and such, but yeah. But there's like often enough points where I'm like, yeah, I want to like sound cool or like a little bit more chill, whatever. I think like if I do morning streams, it's like more noticeable how my voice can go like calmly, maybe deeply as well. No, please ignore that. It's too late already. It's too late. Oh, soy yo. Ah, he has his clothes on, yeah. Octavio has his clothes. Clothes. So this is like black, not like naked. Cool. But yeah, I can pretty much fill in the niche when you need like Altair voice lines, I guess. Maybe I should check your VD, it's not like I'm gonna check your deep voice or something. Tsundere? Tsundere? Now we're starting with that. kinda like, nah, I said like, that I could like imitate Reach's voice after I like heard him talking, but I think it was like around the points when like those VTuber clips came. There was like this fan game from Holostars and Protostars Twilight, right? And Gerard plays like a lot of like indie games from HoloPro. And when he was like doing Protostars Twilight, he did like this voice impression, like from Altair for example. And I was like, yo, this is a pretty good expression. Like, doesn't sound exactly like him, but I was like curious, maybe I could do? Then, yeah. That's like kind of hit or miss when, if or not. If I can do that or not. You can? Like with voice expressions, you know, like Shinri is like impossible to do, like for most people. Ruse is like pretty hard. He says something. He said like the trick is like to keep your voice at the back of your throat. He has not a deep voice, he has like a pretty high voice, but it's just like really raspy. Something like that. There's someone who enjoys voices, listening to that. It's like pretty technical and like fun to like explore that further and further. But there are like limits, of course. Like as a guy. What I'm like more interested in is like with Kagame Kira, you know, or like with like Mafu for example, when he turns to a girl and it's like, okay, I'm amazed. Sample? I don't know. Can I go deep? I can go calm really easily when I read like stuff. I love watching Papa Koi. Yeah, me too. He is so down bad for ghost girls. He's so down bad. But otherwise, I like to listen to his Satsudan, to him chatting. Like when people talk about what they love and enjoy, it's like fun to listen. Sample, high voice. Hello Noki, welcome to the art stream. I'm trying Octavio from Holostars English. Welcome. I love watching him play horror game. Yeah, he doesn't get scared and he is getting more in-depth with the lore. Like he explores that actually. High voice. I think I can get that easily, but if it's like, speaking wise, can like start with an introduction now. Like, don't know. I don't know many introductions, you know. Excel was like, something with like, I'm your Doctor, Gladiator, Hitman, Assassin, Excel series? Something like that. I'm your cutest and coolest shaman? Or what was that? Exorcist, you know, yeah, Exorcist. Battle doesn't have introduction. I don't know what was with Shinri. Maybe he starts off with hello. Leon, I forgot what it was. Octavio's like pretty fresh in my mind. My name starts with an O and ends with an O. I'm Octavio. Something like that. And then there are like some memes of him, the Church of O, Octoposse, before the puppets got invented, and when he was like pretty sus. And whenever there was like Among Us, and he's like in there, there's Ruse. Ruse is like so ruthless, and there's like throwing in a bus. Oh, the puppet master under us. Let's let's kick him out, and it's like, what? Why me? You know. Then yeah. Octavio never had a chance in like Among Us streams, and people took like pity on him, but still like abused his status as like, okay, he's the puppet master, you know, we can't trust him, and it's like, yeah, he always gets like ejected by the whole crew. Is good enough? I don't know. Sometimes I got off topic all of a sudden. He automatically evicted, yeah. It's hard as the guy. But for like lore reasons or like gameplay, whenever someone invents a moveset for him, and he's at advantage pretty much. But like for those kind of group games, you know, where like trust is like important, it's like, yeah, rest in peace. It was a good runner boy. But he's just a little guy who likes playing with dolls here. I'm just a little guy. Come on, it's my birthday. Magni bring it up the whole time, right? It was like Magni bring it up, but from Vespa is like the first time I heard about that. Yeah. Just a little guy. Gets like, yeah, used often. And I loved listening to Vespa's crazy story. It's my birthday, then proceed being evicted. Yeah. There's no chance. Actually, his design's not so bad. Like sidewise and everything. Okay, what can I do now? I didn't do every single detail, to be honest. Let me try to add that. I like the most important details. There's like one thing about his cape. He has like something like those things, the notes, like note lines going on. I'm not gonna draw it fully. Like, the cape is way too dark. Okay. I think it's good enough. And I just like put something about that and then yeah. But yeah, regarding voice impressions, like I do see people do that and then I want to do that too. When there was like, you know, with Kizuna, like the first VTuber, Japanese VTuber, a lot of people like imitate like her introduction part where she's like Hi domo, Kizuna ai desu, something like that. Oh gosh, I can't do that. And then, yeah, there's like with essential, Hoshamari, you know, ahoy! Raive Sankisei no Sensho no Hoshamari desu. Something like that. Like the introduction lines are easy to copy, but let's just like impression? Hard, to be honest. Especially if it's like not really your tone voice. I guess like if it's Japanese, you can like hit the intonations, the tones, and it like works. Ivanda's how was that with Shinri? I said like he has nothing like a line really, but it's like Konnichiwa, right? Konnichiwa. Doesn't work. The question, do you have introduction lines? Yeah, it's kind of like... yeah. Kind of like simple. Like I kind of a mix of like Magni's and Axel's one, I guess. I was like not really thinking that much. But now that I compared it, maybe it's like it's more close to him. Would like start off with like, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever times on the world you all are. It's your Blue Archive Gacha Wheel, beginner artist self-proclaimed, and your boy Tosan-yu. Or something like that. And if I'm gonna end the stream, it's just like bye bye while the screen is like fading. Wait, that Shinri was actually good? I don't know. I just like did something randomly, but thank you. How about the I'm the humble guy? Yeah, I can add that. Can be flexible with that. But I kind of like follow like a lot of the Japanese artist kind of codex. Maybe not a codex, but from what I get from like from a lot of like Japanese artists. Like whenever I tune to their streams, they're pretty much silent and humble. Maybe not humble, but it's like they're not standing out. They make sure that they not stand out and are like civilized, peaceful, you know. And unconsciously, maybe I'm like following this kind of pattern too. But sometimes you do it like for the bits. It's just a bit when you like, you know, do like certain things, say like certain things. But my instincts are like pretty weak on that. My humor's like, I don't know. Pretty weak. Everyone has like a different kind of humor. For the most part, I'm just like staying real. Or at least I try to be. But yeah, if it actually comes to my comedy, I guess I can be like your Asian dad, kind of like roasting you. But yeah, this needs like some target, but I don't really want to do that, to be honest. You know, like Uncle Roger, it's be like, hiya, why so weak? Why so weak? You know. I kind of have like this Asian dad humor. When it comes to that. Am I a nephew? Nieces and nephew. But the cooking streams are like pretty nice, and then how he is like going in depth with there while roasting the chef as well. No, 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 no! Why is there no MSG? Maybe we should add something. No, you don't need effects there really. Let me see. Did this, I did that. On top of his hair it's like a little bit more whitish, yes. Forgot about being nephew, I can't sip if I'm a nephew. I rewrote my nephew card. I mean, you can still support your family, right? Even if you are like simp, if you want to simp. It still works, everything works. You can support but not sim. Well, both have like the same purpose, right? Simping and supporting. Not really sure like if there's a financial difference. But there are other ways than like to do like financially. You can leave a like, you can leave a comment, and it's like for free, you know, and it helps me. I forgot something. The mouth has no color. Like the inside of the mouth. I wonder how does this look like in YouTube. The emote. Let's see. Hope you won't mind me being down bad. I don't really mind. I don't really mind. I mean, I enjoy having someone watching me. I enjoy having companion. While there's like something nice to appreciate the silence, you know, and it's like just you, inner peace, inner peace. Breathe in, breathe out. You are alone with yourself, just one with yourself. And then, yeah, when some chatter comes in and it's like, yo, I'm so damn bad for you. Ah, I can't get enough of the voice. Yeah. What the hell? What are you doing here? Can you shut it? Get out of here. La. Pulls out the slipper. Pam, 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 pam. Who's that? That's definitely not me. Totally not. Yeah, I think like I need some color balance. Can I do that in a separate app regarding this one? Keep that underneath. The one warm shadow? No, let's do a cold shadow. Yeah, so stuck with me, humble guy. I became the humble guy. Self-proclaimed. Yeah, it's like almost done. I haven't like planned anything much with it. But like, it's like pretty much done. I need like something with the color balancing regarding puppets, but Octavio looks good. This was like the main goal. Maybe I can smudge the colors. Yeah, I can do that. Oh yeah, not bad. I think like the puppets were like way too dark. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I can leave it at that. Tomorrow we'll draw as well. On the schedule I have like another drawing stream planned, and there will be drawing Hakos Bales from the Whole Life Promise English. It looks like they have more dimension now. Yeah. It's 2D. Octavio became 3D recently, but yeah, still, it's like creating the illusion that things are alive is like one of the cool things you can do with art. They say like tomorrow, but regarding depending on time zones, like a different day. Well, let's save that. Forgot to save. My streams crashed, and with that my PC would have been pretty bad. Okay, but that was all for today. I thank you all for watching. With that, I will wish you a nice rest of the day, evening, or good night, whatever time zone in the world you are, and with that I say bye bye!